It's another day and we're happy to say we're single and we're healthy and we love it that way. Our melanin is popping in the morning glow, and we're about to tell you how the story goes.
Oh, hell nah.
Man, it's freezing out here.
Okay, I be with my bestie. We got the fresh tea, so tune in every Tuesday. Don't be messy. Elevate your mind, don't let none get you down. Cause this is Hot Thoughts. We covered the higher ground.
You're annoying. Hello, everyone. Hello. I welcome you to episode 7. And today we are talking about colorism and this whole Danileigh situation.
Is it just Danileigh though?
No. No, it's not just Danileigh.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't think it was just her, but I do want to get into it because I think we both saw the article that was released on the Shade Room, right? I don't know, maybe that was yesterday. Anyway, we saw an article on the Shade Room, and basically the singer Danileigh, who is currently dating DaBaby, not to be confused with Lil Baby. She is dating him right now. And she just put out a song about what she say, like light skins. Like, how's the song go, T?
Yellow bones, that's what he wants.
Yellow bone, that's what he wants. So she's getting a lot of criticism on the net today about her basically, I don't know, praising red bones, yellow bones, and kind of putting down dark-skinned women. Did you get that from that?
I mean, me personally, when I seen it, I thought it was corny.
You thought it was from her or corny that people are talking about it?
I think the song is corny. And yeah, and it didn't matter who it came from, just because, like I said, the song itself is corny to me, right? And not to take away, people call themselves yellow bone, or we all, if you're a little caramel thing, you want to say, yo, I'm a little chocolate thing. Like, we all name ourselves and have that thing going. But
right,
I feel like it was whack. Maybe because it's her and the song is whack.
Right. Well, it could be that. It also could be, I think people maybe took offense to it because, again, she's dating DaBaby, who has a baby with a chocolate brown skinned girl. That could be one of the reasons. Maybe that's why the web is coming at her, right? Like, people are like, hold on, girl, you dating a dark skinned man and da 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 da. But all she's saying, I think she's a young girl, right? I don't even know if this girl's 23 yet. So she thinks young. So I think in how she's speaking, she just speaking like, he likes me. He likes him a little yellow bone, whatever she wants to call herself, Dominican girl, whatever. But it definitely can be offensive if you're putting down another woman or another woman of color, just to bring yourself up. That part is definitely corny.
Right. I mean, she on her cocky shit, right? And in regular life, we all know, if you're out, you start dating a dude and you see his ex and you think you the flyer, you better than her, whatever the case may be, you're gonna have that immature streak in you that's gonna be like, yeah, bitch, yeah, in my case, I'm a little chocolate thing, that bitch ugly, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So people do that. It's a thing, and it's very childish.
When I say I guess, I just say it like, because I've never done that. I've never dated a guy and been like, oh my God, his ex is this, and no, she not me. No.
Right.
I've never done that.
I totally right, because at the end of the day, once you with the individual, and if y'all are on the same page, it shouldn't matter. Exactly.
I do not care who you were with before me, as long as it wasn't one of my friends. Then
100%. But I think that's where she's coming from, and because she's in the tabloids, and because obviously she posts DaBaby a lot.
She does.
A whole lot. So, that just kind of, it wasn't shocking. And I think, honestly, if everyone didn't make it a huge big deal, I wouldn't have cared. I just probably would have looked at him like, oh, that song whack, and kept going. just because, like I said, I just thought it was just like corny, but whatever. Like she's a young girl, she's doing whatever. If she trying to take jazz up the other chick, it's the history of colorism and the light skin, dark skin thing. Unfortunately, is still a thing. So you have to be sensitive to the subject. Do I think that she was trying to be ignorant to women, across the board, or brown skinned women or whatever? I don't think so. I think she's trying to be petty towards that girl.
Right. Yeah. To one girl, I definitely think she,
One girl, right.
because I've seen them go back and forth on the internet. But Danileigh also, she knows the difference in colorism, right? She's Dominican. So with that, Dominicans are all shades, just like Black people, right? They are basically Black, right? Black Spaniards.
Right.
So, you know, uh, I just found it interesting because rappers do it all the time, right? Pop Smoke has a very famous song that we all know, right? Light skin, cut it. That's right. Whatever, how the song go, right?
Exactly. And we all dance to it.
Exactly. Whether you're light or
Lil
dark,
Wayne,
not saying, yeah.
yeah, Lil Wayne always talks about it. He always talking about he got a yellow bone, he got a red bone. That's
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
song. I want a long hair, thick red bone.
exactly. So when women do it,
It seems
it's
like
it's frowned.
it's different,
Exactly.
but it's I don't actually I don't know. It's kind of a toss up, right? It's kind of a little bit of hate because you throwing shade at somebody, but at the same time, I don't think she's trying to down every dark skinned woman in the
I don't think so either. I don't think so either. And so that's where it gets touchy, and that's why as celebrities you have to you got to be careful. It's an interesting thing, right? Because if a woman like if you or a woman was like, I'm a little pretty red bone,
Mhm.
but I feel like if you're confident in yourself and if that's how you identify with yourself, I don't care because I think I'm a beautiful, whatever you want to call me, chocolate chick, whatever. So I just think it's also a individual being secure within themselves.
Yeah.
And typically, a lighter person dates a darker person, like in the Black culture. You know,
Mhm.
sometimes the a whole opposite attract. So I wouldn't say like an individual, if they identify as a yellow bone or a red, whatever the hell they want to call themselves, that they have something against um a darker individual.
Right.
But I know that translates different in work and things like that, right? Or with another race identifying us.
Right. I think it's different here because he obviously doesn't just like yellow bones. Based off of like his past. So that's not a thing. Again, her whole message was a whole jab, right? But also I don't like being called pretty, like as a Black girl. I don't like being like, oh, you a pretty light skinned girl. I hate that. That is the worst thing you could ever say to me. Like, want to turn me off? Call me a pretty light skinned girl. Want to turn me on? Say you are a beautiful woman. That's what I like. I do not like being like said. I hate that type of stuff. I've always hated that from Black, from white, from any race. Do not call me a pretty Black girl. I'm gonna have a problem with it.
Let me tell you, growing up in Maryland, my best friend coming up, she was lighter than me, and we would go hang out with, dudes, friends or whatever. And as soon as I walk in the house, a dude would say to me, like, damn, you are so beautiful to be like dark. I've had a man walk up to me one time. I was in Detroit, an older gentleman, and he said to me, damn girl, you fine to be as black as you is
Yeah.
in that way. So, like you said, it's very offensive, and it's sad when you get used to it because I got to a point where I would just laugh. Like, what the hell does that mean?
Right.
Rude is not a compliment.
No.
Once again, just tell me I'm a pretty woman, tell me I'm attractive. But I don't think people really understand that. So you got to school them. Like you could have told me I was just a pretty woman, and I would have accepted that, loved that, and maybe we could talk.
Exactly. No, I 100% agree with that. And speaking of people doing that throughout your life, have you ever experienced like I'm sure you have, like racism or how would you say anti-blackness, like whether that is in like your field of work,
Mhm.
like where people have looked at you a different way because you're a brown skinned girl compared to maybe your counterpart, whatever that may be.
Well, yeah, 100%. So at one time I was the biggest place outside of America that I had that issue. I was in Moscow and I went to exchange money with another band member who she's a black woman, but she's lighter than me. And I go up to the counter and the lady tells me they have no more money. So I go and tell my the other band member like, "Yo, they said don't have no they said they didn't have any more money." So she's like, "Oh, damn." She goes in after me. They serve her.
Mm.
Then I go back in to say like, "Yo, y'all just told me." She said, "No money." I was like, "Well,
Oh.
damn. Well, damn."
So you just didn't
I
do it.
felt I gave my money to my band member and I told her and when stuff like that happens, it hurts your feelings, right? You
Right.
you you feel a way about it. I mean, you want to walk away and be like, whatever, fuck them, but you feel a way. It's like, damn, I am a human. I am a human.
Ah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think the funny thing about it is that like I think black people, we all have been discriminated against. I'm pretty sure you have,
Mhm,
right?
mhm,
Um, it just sucks when they try to win situations and they try to put us against one another.
mhm.
That's where it gets super uncomfortable
Yeah.
because now you have those jokes where, I mean, my friends when we were in high school, they were like, "Yeah, bitch, I would have been in the house." You like what?
Whoa.
Wild ass joke, right? Like, oh yeah, I would have been a house nigga. Is that good? I mean,
Yeah, I guess I don't say things like that. I'm very sensitive to those type of things. And I don't know if it's because of where I grew up. I grew up in the country where it was you were either a redneck or you were just black. Like, I don't know. It was no different. Or there was a big difference, right? Um, but I just always disliked that because looking at my family, I would never say that because my family is it's just all types of the spectrum of brown, right? From light to the darkest. Like, you know what I mean? My uncle is very dark. Like, so that's never been, I would never say that. I would never be insensitive in that way to say that. Like, so that's wild to me.
it's almost like the kind of like if you knew better, you do better, right? You don't say those type of things, but it's ingrained in our mentality.
Yeah,
And if your hair's a little straighter or if your hair's a little curlier,
yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, all that
I
stuff,
heard that
right? So
all my life. That's so annoying. I used to be like, okay, I guess, like, something else that bothers me with the whole like um dark light thing is when you actually meet someone who like I remember I went to school with this brown skinned girl and I remember she was like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have babies with a white man just so my baby's hair could be mixed. And like I was like, or like a nice texture in her eyes. And I just thought that was the craziest thing ever. I was like, and at the time I hadn't dated outside of my race. We were very young, right? So
right.
I hadn't dated outside of my race yet. So I was just like, that is the craziest thing I've heard. But since now I do date outside of my race, right? Like, um, it's funny because I don't really hear them say that. You know what I mean? Like I've heard
Right.
somebody say, like somebody said to me once, like, "Oh, do you want to have mixed babies?" But I feel like they were joking. You know what I mean? Obviously because
Right.
they were lighter than me.
That's the obvious.
Yeah, stating the obvious, but like I've never experienced I don't know, because I know that there are fetishes out there for Black women, and I've definitely had that, right? Like I've had white men fetish over me, whatever. Like, and that's typical. I get a lot of them. I don't know why, dog.
Yo,
You know what
it
I'm saying?
that's a whole nother conversation because when I've dated a white guy and it's cool, like it's all right.
It's
It's the
different.
when you said, well, it is different. It is different. But I the white guy that's like, "Oh, I've always wanted to date you." I mean, like, date a black woman, and almost as if you're like, "Yeah, I'm human." Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Tell me I'm pretty, like, feed my ego. I love that shit. But don't make me feel like an object.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? Like, don't make me feel like I'm a bot, like a robot or some shit. Like, yeah, I'm human or whatever. So that could be interesting. But I've heard lots of girls say they want to have babies with Spanish men, white men, because they want
That's
good hair, they want lighter complexion, and then hopefully they grow out of that shit.
to me,
'Cause
I
it's
was like,
whack.
to me, that's definitely like some self-hatred stuff that you should have learned at a younger age, maybe at adolescent age. Um, my personal experience with that is I have dated Spanish men, but I've never thought about it like if I wanted to make a baby, I would have been made a baby because I done dated a lot of Spanish men. You know what I'm saying? Like in a sense of if that was the reason, right? Um, so yeah, that blows me, but colorism is real, like right, like the people say there is a light skin privilege, there is a dark skin privilege. I feel like nowadays dark skinned women have the privilege, to be honest. Like that may sound crazy, but that's what they're looking for, right? Especially I think in an entertainment standpoint, right?
Mhm.
Like when they're looking for new actresses or whatever, I feel like sometimes the darker the better,
Right.
um,
And then that
because they're trying to push that new diversity thing, right? So they're like, let's go for this, like you know what I'm saying? Because it
let's
could
go
also
for
be a
darker woman. No, I understand what you're saying, but see, then that can cause an issue because what that issue causes is for another woman to say, okay, because my skin is lighter, I'm not black enough.
Oh yes, oh my gosh, growing up, that was my life. Like it was people being like, "Oh, you got nice hair. Oh, you light skin. Your mama light skin. Like y'all must this and that, and you must be mixed." And I'm like, "Gee, I'm Jamaican and African American. I'm gonna need you to know, okay? Whatever happened in the down pat, like you know what I'm saying, in the past, that's in the bloodline, right? But my mother is a black woman from DC, right? And my father is
Right.
100% Jamaican. So there it is. But I've definitely gotten that like my whole life. Like a lot of black women like hating on me um just for being me. Like, you know what I mean? Just for being myself. And then once they get to know me and they realize like, girl, you act like me. Of course I do. What else am I supposed to act like? I'm
You
a
don't know my mama. Like,
sister. I'm a black girl. Like I'm gonna act like a black girl. I don't know how any other way to like my mother's black. I'm raised black.
but it goes further because it's also the way I hate to say this, but the way you speak, right? I know when I was coming up, I got the whole Oreo. You black on the outside, you're black on the outside, white on the inside, Tonisha. I used to be like, what the? I'll never forget. It was a joke. And everybody's laughing. I'm like, what does that mean? I don't get it. They're like, girl, you talk white. I talk white. Great. Great.
And I I feel like that is kind of going away with Instagram now because people can hear that there are so many different types of black girl. You can see that there are so many different types. So I think that is kind of going away, right? Like I'm hoping that people aren't doing that anymore, right? Because talking white, as they say, we are literally just using all of our words. We're gonna still speak some slang though. Let me tell you, it's still gonna be some slang
Right.
there. But we typically know when to code switch. You know what I mean? We know when to turn that on, turn that off. Right? Whether I'm in the boardroom or I'm in the streets,
Exactly. And with
properly.
platforms like yeah, and platforms like Instagram, it shows every culture has slang.
Yeah.
It's just that people they latch on to black culture, we the cool.
We're cool, we're fun, we're sexy, we're fine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I mean that happens, but every culture, listen, y'all, you heard them writers, them people, the way they spoke, they were not educated.
Actually
So you said what?
actually really didn't hear them.
I mean, like certain people when they showed their Instagram posts and they started digging into who certain individuals were. And they had videos and these people sounded, I mean,
Like they didn't pass the second grade.
girl, like bad, right? So I mean, it's not even a race thing. Sometimes it's just your environment. nature versus nurture. It's all other things, and I just hate that us black folks have to be in that hole, that pigeonhole where they're like, yo, you're not supposed to sound like this or whatever. It's like, nah, we are
Tell
educated.
me what to sound like. Don't tell me what to do. I'm
Exactly.
not one dimensional. I am a complex woman.
Okay.
Period. Okay. With a little city girl in there. Mm.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely got it in you.
100%. Well, I'm from the FLA girl. Okay, you better recognize. Um, but no, I definitely just wanted to, just touch on that because, touching on colorism, touching on the whole light skin, dark skin. Like, I think in another episode, we'll probably go a little deeper because I would love to hear other opinions from other people.
Me too.
And y'all let us know if y'all want us to bring on guests, whether that's, we're thinking about bringing on a man for like some men topics that we have for sure.
Ju-
Yes, definitely got to keep it juicy. Um, but yeah, like I think that this is an important conversation because one, the relationship with yourself is one of the most important relationships that you'll ever have in your life. So love yourself. Don't worry about what other people are saying, whether they say you talk white, whether they say you're too dark, you're too light, you don't act black, whatever that is, that's their issue. They have their own insecurities that they're fighting and dealing with. Um, and you can't really help people with that type of stuff, right? Like they need to go seek their own counseling, therapy, inner workings, shadow work, whatever you want to call it. You should work on that and do it. But don't bring your issues and your problems and your insecurities over here. Okay?
exactly. Because you can't change the way you look, and you can't change the way that individual thinks. I
Exactly.
mean, you can't change the way you look, but you get my drift.
And you can buy it, it won't grow.
Right. Hell, you could change your complexion in
What?
this day and age. I said you could change your complexion in this
We're not
day and age.
pushing that. See, we're not pushing that. You know what I'm saying? We got beautiful brown skinned girls listening in today, and we ain't trying to.
Oh no, we're not pushing it. But I was about to say, these women, they trying to get like us. They're going darker.
Oh, are you kidding? If we're gonna talk about
That's what I'm saying.
sexualism, let's talk about this whole blackfishing that these Instagram girls do. All of a sudden, you tan.
That's what I'm talking about. You can change your color, boo.
Listen, who was just talking about that? Summer Walker actually brought that up. That was on the Shade Room like a little while ago, where she talked about y'all see the difference in their hands because I guess one of the Kardashians were like holding their hands like this, and their face was dark, and their hand was like pale as snow. So she put it like on an Instagram story. Summer's she likes to talk a little mess. I'm kind of into it. She just stating the obvious and was just like, this is like, you know what I mean? Like some people,
Oh, I know.
people always want what they can't have, right? Like if you have straight hair, you want curly hair. If you have curly hair, you want straight hair. Like, so she was kind of just speaking on that. Like if you are dark, you want to be lighter. If you're light, you want to be darker. And I hear that all the time. Like I hear people tell me like, Leah, you have the best tan. And I'm like, this is my skin tone. But yes, sure. You know what I mean? Like,
No, and like my family on my mother's side, they're very light, extremely light.
yeah.
All my life they always would tell me, "Oh my God, I wish I was browner. I wish I was your complexion, Tanisha." So I think that's where I got my confidence because my family always said I was beautiful. But
Mhm.
also, if you are a black girl out there, just pay attention. I mean, these girls are getting bigger lips, browner skin, smaller waist, big butt. I mean, they're getting what they think is the black girl manual,
Yeah.
right? So that's what just live in your beauty because they want to be you. Live in it. They want to be you. And these girls are having babies with black guys because they want a black baby.
Yeah. They want somebody that looks like us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's what they're looking for. So it's
But
funny when you say what?
these men too. I think a lot of these black men have like they want like a mixed daughter. Like they have their own little fetishes. You know what I'm saying? They have
Okay.
their own little fetishes. Like I don't know if we could get into that, but do they? honey.
Interesting. I see. I never even thought about a man looking at a woman saying, "Y'all want me a mixed child," but I could
Especially when they
totally
grow up
believe
in the hood. Think about it. When they grow up in the hood and all they see is a certain type of girl, right?
it. Right.
I've heard it. Like I've literally heard this directly from Black men who are like, yes, like I'm not dating a girl that's from the hood or that look like she from the hood. I'm dating Sarah who lived up in the burbs, or I'm dating uh Ashley who's mixed with pretty hair or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I've
Right.
heard these guys talk about that. So they have their own little fetishes or whatnot. So it's definitely not just the women. These Black men encourage it as well, right? Uh
Right.
so
That's why you gotta live in your own. You gotta live in your own self and be confident and love you and know. Listen, brother, you can't play with this over here.
you
Like
definitely
this is what I
do.
want.
And Black
And
men recognize that you keep dating all these other girls, you ain't gonna have no more Black girls to even come to, okay? Because we're gonna be moving on too. All right.
yo, that's a whole nother conversation because I notice a lot of Black women are dating outside their race.
Yeah, you have to. Like, why would you stay dating your own race when they're not even trying to date you? Like you have to go
Damn.
outside and explore. Like you need to go explore and see what else is out there. Like the love of your life may be Persian. I don't know.
Right. That's interesting. That's where we need to have a man on because that is a conversation as
Mhm.
far as why Black men we feel Black men date more white women or when they get to a certain status they date white women.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother conversation right there. But it is happening on both ends now. You
Definitely.
got the women and the men doing it. And there's nothing wrong with it. But it does make you say, why is that, right? You become curious.
I mean, I think it's also just like what you like, what is attracted to you as well.
Mhm.
I can speak from personal experience as well, right? Like I don't typically get a lot of Black men who hit on me or like who come up to me. And I know people find that so surprising. Like, how is that? I'm surprised
Mhm.
too, baby girls. Let me tell you, okay? I'm putting it out there so they know, okay? But yeah, like I typically get hit on by Spanish men or just Latin men in general, right? And older Caucasian men sometimes. Not
Older. How
older.
much?
I'm not gonna say older. I'm gonna just say like they're older than me. Um, yes, but yeah, that's typically what I get. So I don't typically sometimes even get an opportunity to talk to Black men. You know what I mean? That I might be attracted to because yeah, like maybe they're not checking for me or whatever that is. So you know,
Damn.
we'll put a PSA out here, but I'm gonna just chill out.
Go ahead, go ahead, Liz. Let them know.
Okay, PSA. This is a public service announcement to all of you beautiful Black kings out there. You know what I'm saying? I just want to let you know your girl Leah loves you. Okay, I love you so much. Let me stop.
With the sit back, like I love you so much.
Oh, if they could see this visual right now,
You ready?
boo! Check out the YouTube. That's what you need to do.
Ready. No, I don't have that problem. But I when I go overseas, let me tell you, the white men they be flocking, they be flying, they on it heavy.
Well,
So I
because
mean,
sometimes they treat us better. To be honest, you'd be very surprised. They actually will treat you like.
yeah.
I know you think that sounds crazy, but I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Oh,
Might get spicy, but I'm gonna just be honest with you. Like sometimes they do, like they literally will treat you like a queen. Like they will. I don't know. They have different ways about them, different things that they value. You know what I mean? Like
foreign men.
not just foreign men,
Oh, okay. We just speaking
but
about
but but, for, but foreign men do have different values as well. Like I think we spoke on a previous episode where I dated a French guy. Like I've dated different types, and that was one thing that he said is like, you want to date too long. Like I want to make this official, and I was like, we just met like a month ago. Can you give me a
right.
second? Because I like to take my time. I don't like to be rushed personally.
Right, and that's the American way. We are we are a picky society, right? So we have options and options. That is our whole mentality. It can be a hindrance though. That's why nobody's getting married, right? Because you're constantly thinking there's something better out there.
Yeah,
Um,
100.
so that can become a catch-22 as well. Because you may have met that guy that he's giving you all that you want. And because you just are thinking there's something else out there,
Mhm.
miss your chance, boo. You never know. I don't know.
You might have missed your chance, fellas. I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? By the end of this year, might be wifed up, engaged, all that. You know what I'm saying? So
Well, damn, Leah.
I'm just saying, I'm putting it out there into existence. What did we say to Xavier? Manifestation.
Right. We give Xavier a shout out.
100%. It's all about the manifestation. So, by the end of the year, I definitely might be engaged. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure. I think it could definitely happen if I give it an opportunity. That's more so what it is. If I give it an opportunity, like I think every woman knows that there's probably about two men out there who would want to marry them today, possibly, or something,
Yeah.
right? Like you could be like,
Mhm.
I know this man want to marry me. Like,
If the chance was given,
yes,
if
if I gave them the chance, yes, they would. They'd be like, yes, let's go.
yeah, that'd be the one you don't want though. Women, we so fickle.
Yeah,
You're
definitely
like, that ain't the one I want. I want you over here.
don't want you.
Yeah, you know.
All right. So, in conclusion to this episode, we want to give you guys 5 takeaways that we believe are important from this podcast, important lessons to move forward. So, one, we believe that you should love yourself first and foremost. If you love yourself first, you won't worry about a lot of other things that people are saying about you because you'll know yourself, right? You'll be like, well, I'm not worried about what they say. They can call me ugly, dark, whatever. I'm beautiful to me. Number two. Number two would be
Number two. Number two would be, please don't tell Black women, oh, you're beautiful to be light skinned, you're beautiful to be brown skinned. Just tell us we're beautiful and leave it at that. Okay?
leave it at that. Leave it at that.
What's number
Number three, guys, is be careful what you post on the internet. I'm gonna go there because what you post on the internet, whether you make a statement or you say something trying to be cute or trying to make a dig at another person, it could come back to you, it could work against you. So just be careful. I remember I learned that lesson in college. I was in business school and they were like, be careful what you post. I used to work with a beer company and I would post myself drinking, bad idea. So just be careful what you post because it could come back with backlash that you didn't even mean for it to have. So yeah, be careful. Number four, T, number four.
Number four, please don't tell people they speak like a white girl or like a white guy. That is like, okay, if you're articulate, that's cool. That's for every race. So don't do that. And what's number five, Lee?
Number five is what is number five?
Number five is, okay, to my women out there, don't be having babies with men just because they got pretty hair, green eyes, although my baby daddy got green eyes. Um, that don't matter. Get with them because they are a nice person, a nice individual. Okay.
Right. Get with them because they're a good person and they're good for you, not because you guys like look good together or whatever.
And
And
exactly.
the whole good
It
hair.
goes deeper. It goes deeper.
Yeah, the whole good hair thing is lame. So we all have good hair. It's just about how you treat it, guys. You know what I mean? Just treat it well. And I promise you will love your natural mane. I had to grow to love mine. You'll love it. So yeah, I think those are the 5 takeaways that we'll say about this episode of colorism. Please love yourself. Know that if you don't love yourself, no one else can fully love you. Whatever T
That's just fact.
okay. I was like, your audio was like
My audio, I'm sorry, but no, that is facts. When you love yourself, love attracts. You would just attract all of it, So yeah, that's the vibe. All 2021. Love yourself and be thankful to be alive, honestly.
exactly. And yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it and that's all. And again, we are still single, healthy, and we love it. Okay. Listen to the theme song, you know what it is. Okay. All right, y'all.
We are looking for you.
Thanks for tuning in to High Thoughts, guys. We appreciate you. Keep supporting us. Follow us on Instagram. It's at HITHOUGHTSPODCAST. You think I was going to get all that? You know what I'm saying? Thank you. But I at High Thoughts Podcast. Tune in, y'all. Every Tuesday we drop fresh episodes all about relationships, and it's for everyone, right? We definitely do it for ladies, but we want to educate people, men, women, whatever you choose to identify as. We just want to help you grow, and you guys can help us grow too. Like, listen,
I'm gonna say we want to grow with you.
yes. Send us your questions. Give us your comments. Tell us what you think about this episode. If we're wrong or if you feel opposite from us, let us know. Drop them in the comments. Let us know. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.